Tap in. Thanks for tapping in to the KnoItAllz channel. We know we conflicting with football for the last time until football season starts back up. First, we were doing this program, we were dealing with the NFL Thursday night Amazon Prime football games. Then we took a hiatus for the holidays because both Christmas and New Year's fell on Thursdays. We're a Thursday evening show. And on our first night back, what do you know? We didn't know when we said it. We didn't think about it. College football playoffs is going on. So we're going to be here. And we kind of relate to college football. And if you're not watching live, check it out later, obviously. But we're here to talk about first, I got the geniuses in the building, my co-host. We got my boy Steven in the building, sitting in the Lush Palace, got off the brick, standing on the block. Steven in the MTV Cribs house. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm in well, seasons are over for me. None of my teams are competitive. My team is out of the NFL season. And my basketball team we're doing stuff, man. We're rebuilding. Let's do it. But yeah.
Y'all just made a big trade for Trey Young.
I was a little disappointed. I thought we would
Trey Young. What's his name? Trey?
Yeah, Trey Young.
Okay, yeah.
I thought we would get a first round for CJ. I thought CJ warranted a first round pick, considering.
Why would you think that? He's old as me.
He's still playing well, and he's on a $30 million expiring contract. And there's tons of teams that want that cap space. So there's that $30 million is a guy. That's a body to help you get further in the playoffs. That's worth a first round pick to me on a team that's already competitive and think, okay, if we can dump this contract, we can get who we want next year. And we got CJ to play out whatever we can get out of him. I just thought we would get a pick for him. That's all. Kispert, I'm fine with.
I understand that part of it. I understand that part of it, but
I respect it. I think it's a smart move. I think Trey is a solid veteran. I think their thought process is maybe they can have a similar thing happen with when they brought Westbrook here, where he comes off the injury, he bounces back and has a couple good years, and we were able to flip that into 2 first-round picks. Like in this instance, if he bounces back, he can be one of the veteran foundations for the rebuilding of the team. Also, we needed to get CJ out because we needed to keep losing and he was winning us games. So yeah.
Okay.
That's like that's for real. We won 4 games in a row and he scored like 9 points in the fourth quarter every game. He needed to go. He didn't understand what the mission was.
He Ohio boy, so I get it. Yeah. And we got Rory in the building, the homie Rory down in the
Lone Star State.
The Lone Star State. Yeah, man. What's going on down there, man? I mean, it's a big place. What's going on where you at? Ain't no Jerry's World popping off right now as far as football goes.
No, that's come to an end. But we have all the bowl games left and right here. All the bowl games being played.
Ohio State was down there last week and got murked.
They sure. We want to talk about that. We want to talk about that.
Talk about that, man. We want to talk about that.
All right, good.
I want my team to come take your defensive coordinator, though, Kevin. So sorry about that, but that's who I want.
You want Matt Patricia?
Yep. Despite the loss, y'all played a good defensive game. I mean,
we did. It came down to that pick six that saying thing. And then that last drive,
14-point swing right there. 14-point swing.
But yeah, if I'm for real, that's who I want. I want him to pluck him out. Jerry like defensive coordinators with a lot of experience. He's proven, and Ohio State's defense has been nice the whole season. So
yeah. And you guys are in prime position. You can maybe pick one of those Ohio State players to add to your defense.
Yep.
Caleb Downs, maybe.
Maybe. It's a lot of possibilities when you got 2 first rounders.
But Rory, man, Steven found his way back in there to talk about some more of his stuff. What's going on with you in Texas, man?
Well, I mean, just doing the Texas way. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the Texas way. That's about it. That's about just living the life.
You down there carrying guns, open conceal, and you get into it with somebody in the parking lot. You pull out your burner. That's the Texas way, ain't it?
Yeah,
You're eating a whole bunch of beef and like what are big steaks. What are you doing?
As a Easterner, down here in Texas, I just mind my business and try to live my best life because these people they're crazy and they can't drive. Number one, they want to shoot you for their bad driving. So it's like you just become a defensive driver, just looking around, just like, oh boy, these people are crazy. So. It is what it is, man. It's the Wild West.
Right, that is true. That is true. Dallas,
West,
Texas, the worst drivers in the country. Dallas, Texas has the highest insurance of any state, of anywhere.
Kev, someone sent me a video today of it was like a 5-car pileup at an intersection.
Jeez.
Intersection?
How?
Wow.
Like you saw 3 cars on one. I was like, what? Like you guys are all running lights? You guys are all running lights at the same time? It's just, and that's what they do, man. It's like you have to be a defensive driver in this spot.
These DMV drivers ain't much better, man. Because I
don't know. They're better.
Okay, well, you've driven.
I have the perspective
on that perspective, but I'm just saying because it's such a transient place, you get people from all over that are not used to the.
You know what?
Changes and
now you know that if there's some bad drivers on the roads in DMV, they're probably from Texas. They're probably from Texas. I'll give you that. They're probably from Texas.
But they could be from Florida.
That's that too.
Especially in the winter when it snows, you get all paranoid.
Yeah.
That part is what I'm talking about. I mean, I think the best drivers are from drivers that grew up having to drive in snow. Because then when something
and rain,
snows,
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll
snow
give you
and rain, you equip. You don't panic. You don't get nervous. And you know how to operate.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. So Rory, what? First, real quick, how was you guys' holiday? A couple weeks off.
It was good. I went to California and had a good 8 days there, but it rained the entire time. We had 2 or 3 days of good weather, and the rest of it was like California. While I was there. Had the 11 wettest days in like 30 years.
Yeah, that's how it goes when you're traveling sometimes. It sucks too. So where at in Cali? Cali, like Texas, is a whole big place.
Yeah, LA area.
Okay. Southern California.
That's crazy unlucky to get that much rain.
11 wettest days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
40 years. I was like, well, I mean, California needs the water. They love water, so let them get it. Let them get it.
Steven, what about you, man?
What do you mean?
I said your holiday weeks. How was it?
Oh man, I worked both weeks. Yeah, so I worked Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So no, we were You
went in or you worked from home?
I went in actually because so many people were off that I had to cover the office. So it was just the holidays are cool.
It was nothing. You were just in your office. You weren't doing nothing.
Yeah, the holidays are cool. I mean, I was doing some stuff
because the rest of the company was off.
Well, no, I was doing something. I waited till the end of the year to buy certain stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, it was chill. And then the holidays were cool. I mean, Christmas was great. I didn't do anything on New Year's, so yeah.
I was gonna call you. I started to get me a new computer, a desktop Apple, and with some gaming monitor. You know how my desk is set up with some gaming monitors, so I can have a bigger screen than my current Mac screen right here.
Yeah.
And just do some other stuff. But I decided because I didn't win my fantasy football league, and I was only going to get so much money for my Apple. I just got it in 23. The in 23. But so I know what I paid for and what they want to give me for. I'm like, I just keep my computer, and maybe when I'm ready, give me a new one, but keep this one because there's nothing wrong with it. I haven't done anything but podcast on this computer. I got other stuff. I don't got a whole bunch of memory used on it. I don't have none of that stuff. So I was I lost my fantasy football and didn't win that money, which was what I was going to get it.
If it's working for you, keep using it. This is the worst possible time in history to buy a new computer, like legit.
It looked like it's the worst possible time in history to buy some hamburger.
The economy is not in great shape.
Well, you on mute.
Yeah. Well, we're doing great according to the president. So you guys need to hush that stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hush it up.
Hey,
okay,
man,
well, great. I ain't never seen no $5,000 PC computers.
Did you see that non-documented 4.3 GDP increase? You better keep it.
No. Hey, can you show us the documents to prove that happened?
You need to go to the president to find that information. But I have to believe him. 4.3% GDP increase.
That's what they show you, and they want you to believe that. But some stuff to tell you don't believe your lying eyes. So which one do I believe?
I need receipts for that. They be trying to tell me that things that I see with my eyes are not what I saw.
Did you see that gas station in Colorado where it was $1.57 for gas per gallon? Hey man, it's working.
Where in Colorado was that? Can I drive there today?
It's working. It was one gas station, but you know what the gas station said? It saw the future and said,
that gas station probably in on the Venezuela job. So don't surprise me.
Oh no.
But no, I got a friend of mine down in Atlanta, man, telling me about a 1.5 pounds of ground beef, $15 and some change.
Yeah. Our beef comes from a long way off. Argentina and Brazil. That's where our beef's coming from nowadays. We're out of the beef company. We no longer need beef in the United States. So we gotta import.
Really?
We're doing so well.
We don't need our most consumed animals. We don't need that. We don't need our
afford to pay for that extra money for the beef because we're doing so great right now. 4.3% increase in GDP. So let's move on though. Let's move on.
You might as well just say 1,000,000%. If you're gonna lie, you should lie as big as you want to lie. Like it should be huge.
You can just type in 4.3% GDP increase, and it'll show up on the Google. There you go.
I'm sure Google will tell me that the president said that, but that doesn't mean that it's real. It's not.
Well, speaking of GDP, and
let's talk about Indiana. It's like Indiana's GDP.
As they play tomorrow night in the college football playoffs. Mm-hmm. Right now, Ole Miss and Miami is on. Miami is up 3-0 in the first quarter still. The end of the first quarter. And we'll be done definitely to watch all the halftime, maybe most of the second quarter. So let's get started, Roy. We talk about Indiana's economy, man. Indiana football, past 2 years, Curt Cignatti just got a huge contract. NFL team, they're talking about wanting him. He's built up his program. Along with that football build up there, he's going 25-2 the last 2 years. I believe one loss to Ohio State last year and a loss to Notre Dame in the college football playoffs last year. So undefeated this year. I believe they're 14-0 right now.
Yep.
Number one team in the country. Hey, they look good, man. And that college football team has added to Indiana's economy, among other things in Indiana. And you've lived there, so I lived in a neighboring state, literally like.
Well, me too, Kev. Me too. I don't know how you make it.
Yeah, but you lived in Indiana.
I lived in both.
You did, but Ohio, being in Ohio versus living in Indiana has nothing to do with it. I'm just saying I was in close proximity also. I never lived in Indiana.
That's true.
I used to go over to Fort Wayne, Indiana often and hang out in the hood in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
For the hood life.
One of the hoodest spots I know, man. It's kind of like baby Baltimore.
I thought that was the Yo.
Oh no, that's like a death trap back in the day.
What, the Yo or Fort Wayne?
No, the Yo, Youngstown. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Youngstown back in the late 80s, early 90s was rivaling DC for the murder capital of the country. What are we talking about?
That's why I was confused, Kev. That's why I was confused.
Oh yeah, no. I just said Fort Wayne was hood. I ain't say it was murderous. It's a difference. There's levels to this, right?
There's levels.
But no, man. So hey, Indiana is booming. The title of the show, Indiana is booming. Who's your daddy? So let's talk about it, Roy. From your perspective, what's going on in Indiana, man?
I mean, Indiana is a state it went from being a Rust Belt state to being a state of investment. I mean, there are some things that they're doing as a government. I think I told you earlier before the show that a lot of the expenses are falling on the people. The taxes.
Why is that?
Because in order to get these companies there, companies are getting tax breaks. If you need insurance is another big thing. Another way, like Indiana is a haven for insurance companies, healthcare.
It's nothing to do with the economy. Well, it could be because some people don't move there to these places. Is Indiana a sundown state?
As in, like Texas sundown states? Are you talking about the?
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about. I'm talking about the towns where after dark, where people of color are not allowed.
I don't know if Indiana has any of those. I mean, I know
they did in their history. They do.
Okay, I'm sure they did. In their history, I'm sure they did. But in more modern day, they are a more open state. If you would, open the idea to that. They like you said, just the football alone and the sports, over $1 billion has been brought into the state of Indiana this year, which is the last 2 years, which is absolutely amazing if you think about it. Over $1 billion. And it's only going to get bigger, of course, at this point. Companies,
and that's just off the football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but you can't ignore the Indy. The Indy 500 and all the other Indy races that are there. The Indianapolis Speedway is absolutely magnificent. I don't know if have you ever seen it? Been there?
Never been in Indianapolis quite a few times, but never. I don't go there for the Indy cars races and stuff.
I mean, that has become like a multicultural, checklist thing to do. That's a big money maker for the state, and everyone benefits from that. You mean the farmers will rent out their land to people to set up their RVs and everything else under the sun. So everyone benefits from those things.
I used to go like every other year, every 2 or 3 years for the Black Expo.
Mm-hmm.
That's big too.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. The convention centers there are designed to take those people in, and to the point where Indianapolis.
So what those people? What are you talking about?
I didn't say those people.
You did say it's designed to take those people in.
I said convention people.
You said those people. That's close to a flag on a flag. You tried to just administration us just now. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I'm talking about the convention people. I meant the convention people.
Hey, we need clarity because sometimes when that stuff just slip out on people.
Good. I mean, I don't know why it slipped out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the convention people, as in they're designed for it, to the point where they are turning convention people away because they said, we don't need you. We don't need your money. That's where Indianapolis is right now. So they
can turn people away.
They're turning. I mean, they are, because they have so many things coming. They just cannot sustain it. So they don't. Rather than overwhelm the system, the infrastructure, they will just say, you know what, we don't want it. And so I've seen that when I was living there, they were turning various organizations away. We want to come for this event. Nah, we can't do it. Can't do it. So let's say it was a swimming event. NCAA's we don't want it. And even though that would bring in lots of money, if something else was coming at the same time, they're just not worth us, trying to divvy up, the needs and the infrastructure for these two different events. So they were turning NCAA events away as a result.
They don't turn away that Final Four is going to be there this year.
No, they love that. I mean, you see signs everywhere Final Four, and they brag about it. We had the Final Four in this year and that year, and I mean, there's just banners everywhere.
Yeah, it seems like they have it at least every 4 years. Like they're in it every 4 years. Yeah, they got it at least once every 4 years.
Why is that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do they get it? Why do they get the Final Four more regularly than anybody else? Is it just because they're well equipped and they do it well, or
I think it comes down to, do you have the infrastructure to do it? And so they just get it.
Good.
I mean, I think everyone they'll bid for it. All the big states like Dallas, Arlington, they get the bids. So Arlington gets it.
It's been there, yeah. San Antonio,
Indianapolis. And so they basically it's and the NCAA loves it because it's easy, it's understood, right? You don't have to worry about are they capable of taking care of this this event. So it's having that normality is what the NCAA, I don't know, but I think they want that, and they push for it.
I think draw number one is for any of them that put a bid in for it, you have to have a dome. Has to be a dome.
Mm-hmm.
Like your biggest venue can't be in an arena, right? Can't be. It's gonna be in a dome. Hence San Antonio. Hence in Dallas and Arlington. Hence in Indianapolis. Wherever else they've had it before. I remember back in the day, they have it down in New Orleans at times.
They did, yeah.
You know, so
it hasn't been at the new LA stadium yet, has it?
The SoFi.
No, I don't think it's been in SoFi.
It hasn't been in SoFi yet, has it? But that's what we're talking about, right? Like 100,000 seat dome.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
Well,
infrastructure, and on top of it, they have to have the hotels to be able to.
Yeah, that part.
The airport, airport availability. That's the other big thing. Can people get there and be able to get to the venues without any issues? And so you have to have all those things in place. And if you can get it off in a very smooth manner, boom. Now, based upon that, I don't know why Arlington gets anything, because they don't have the mass transit infrastructure to take in those events.
It is a nightmare going in and out of Jerry's World. Jerry's World is cool. It's like, to me, I think the experience is comparable to like the Forum when the Lakers are good. Like in this instance, you can go to Jerry's World and the Cowboys are not good and you can still have a really good time, but it is a nightmare getting to and from the stadium. Yeah. It's just there, like Rory said, there's not really good public transportation that can get you from the closest places you would be staying, because you're not going to stay in Arlington. Most people stay in Frisco, so it's like a 45-minute drive. You can't really drive to it yourself because you're not going to find parking. There's anywhere to park. Like, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, and all of them are designed like that now.
Jerry designed Arlington that way. Jerry designed Arlington that way. And I hate to say it, I mean, that's your boy, but he basically part of his bid, like when he was leaving Irving, Texas, to go to Arlington, he basically said, look, I need to have the ability to charge what I want for parking, and I don't want any other competition. So for him, the best city to get his stadium had to have no mass transit, because you had to drive there, pay Jerry his exorbitant amounts for his parking fees. And so Arlington was like, we'll do it for you, Jerry. So Arlington is the only major city in Texas that doesn't have any kind of bus system. And that's because of Jerry. That's because of Jerry. Jerry designed it that way. And here's the thing, poor Irving was like, no, Jerry, we're going to connect ourselves to Dallas because that's Dallas. And so they they became part of the Dallas area rapid transit. And
Dallas Rapid Transit.
DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit.
I'm very familiar with DART. My grandfather retired from there.
Okay.
He was actually instrumental in growing DART into what it became. When he moved down to Dallas, they only had like 10 miles of light rail total.
Now it connects like Fort Worth to Dallas.
And they had almost 1,000 buses or something like that, right? They had enormous bus fleet. DART is serious.
It's serious.
And my grandfather helped build that, y'all. No joke. That's look him up.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
He cost Irving Jerry's World. He cost him.
Well, some people wanted Jerry's World to end up in where it ended up. So,
but no, I don't think they're all doing. I think some of them are going away from that now, because like right here in DC, ultimately, it might take the current administration to get out. So stop messing around, put your hand in the cookie jar, trying to get cuts off stuff. But they're going to move the Commanders back into the city where RFK was, which you really don't have to worry about parking because you can just metro to that spot.
Exactly. Being fantastic.
And that's how it should be. I feel like I guess there's revenue in parking, but it's also
but let's make it sure that the Fed, is it FedEx Stadium right now? What is it called now?
You talking about RFK?
No, I'm talking about
the current. Oh, yeah. FedEx.
It's still FedEx. It's still FedEx.
No. It's called something else now. I can't remember what it's called.
It's
like Allstate Field or something like that. Or Bitcoin,
whatever it's called right now. They're not too far away from a metro, though. They're not too far away from a metro stop.
But you can't walk though.
Morgan Boulevard is not a close walk. I can walk it, but it's not.
You can walk it.
I wouldn't be like, hey, y'all, it's a short walk, because it's not.
It is a short walk.
There was a Monday night game.
It's like a 10-minute walk.
The Commanders and Steelers in 2008. Me and my nephew went to it, and I parked at the metro station. We metroed there and walked to the stadium and walked back to get back to the metro to get in my car. We went to Branch, Stephen. That's where I parked at.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, but it's not an easy walk. It's not like when you get off over there at not Eastern Market. What's the one right there, Stephen? Not Potomac, the other one right over there by the
you should know. You live there. You live there.
I know. I'm talking about the Armory.
Armory. You're at the stadium.
You're at the stadium. You get off.
80 yard. You get off the escalator and you're in Nats Field. You're literally walking up to the promenade for Nats Field, and that's that part. That's what it's gonna look like. Hopefully.
Again.
Yeah. Again, like it did for the Hogs and Theismann and them boys back in the day.
That racist stadium. And that racist owner.
No, we talking about Indiana. You talking about Jack Kent Cook?
I mean, he was a racist, dude.
He was.
The JFK had to get involved in that nonsense. Imagine like having a team and you're like, we don't hire black people. It's like you're in the NFL. We don't hire them though. We have a minimum.
That's probably why. Up until that time when it changed, they weren't winning much.
They weren't winning.
Well, yeah.
They weren't winning. So JFK actually helped them out. JFK and RFK.
Let me help you. Let me help you get out your own way.
help the state of help the district of DC become a prominent football powerhouse.
And at the same time. A long time. Yeah.
So
anyway,
more about Indiana.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying, like all these, and the great thing about sports, right? I mean, and the fact that Indiana University is a school, you got a nice tax write-off. So you have, Mark. You guys know Mark Cuban is an alumni of Indiana University. He's been pumping money in that school for years. And now he's like, now he's got a easy tax write-off. I remember, I think when I was there, he gave like $6 million to the rugby team at one point. I think it was some crazy amount of money. Like you just giving $6 million away. He's like, oh,
I mean, Mark Cuban, and I sound stupid saying this. Let's just say he's not rich for super rich folk, right? I mean, he's rich. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, but he not Carlos Slim or Elon Musk rich. He not with them.
Right.
He not.
I don't think anyone's Elon Musk rich. I mean, that's not a good. That's not a good template.
Well, Carlos Slim is extremely rich. He basically owns all of the infrastructure, telecoms infrastructure for the entire country. Mark
Cuban got baby money. Isn't that worth $6 billion?
And Carlos Slim net worth like $21 billion.
It's not the point. $6 billion is a lot of money.
Bezos. Yeah, but you don't hang. You're not hanging with.
We're gonna go down this road. With
we
Steven.
Like Odell Beckham. We can go broke with $100 million.
Yes, that is very true.
We can go down that road with Steven. Steven's in a whole nother. His economics is like in a whole nother place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, like. He's like, $1 million ain't that much. Like it is a lot. It's a lot. It's
really not.
It is. I know. I can bring it out.
I'm just trying to tell you. I literally said that straight person who was like, I got $1 million. I'm good for life. And I was like, for life?
You are good for life.
But we in our 30s, fam. That's not enough money for life for what you've talked about.
So you buy a nice humble home somewhere, right?
He bought a house in Colorado, and it wasn't humble.
Right, that's stupidity. But I'm saying you buy a nice humble house somewhere,
right?
And then
I'm reading some on.
Then you live off the rest of your life.
I'm reading some on CNBC. It said, $1 million could last more than 80 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I would imagine you're probably living very frugally.
That's all I'm saying. And I could live that way. I could live off of oodles and noodles and tuna fish.
If you were
the average person can't. That's all I'm saying. The average person can't drop their level down to I'm gonna live off $1 million that I get at 35 for the rest of my life.
Oh man,
you're not doing that, Rory. You're not.
You put that. You could live 80 years, but yes, Kev. If you just start spending, but if you put in, I don't know, $800,000 and just leave it in the S&P 500, right? You're gonna be fine.
Until the AI bubble bursts and you lose all your money.
it's the S&P 500. It's 500 companies. You know what I'm saying? Minimum. So it's like it's spread out amongst them. So if one segment 10% goes down,
somebody should make the money up.
That game that you're talking about, the stock market, that's for rich dudes too. And if you have $1 million, you're not rich. You should be able to. I agree with you. You should be able to take care of yourself forever, Rory. You shouldn't have to never ask nobody for no money if you get your hands on $1 million. But that's not rich. You're not living like a rich person. You're not carefree with $1 million.
You are taken care of. You take holidays whenever you want, right? You do.
I feel like I feel like you're basing this on pre-COVID economics. I feel like that's what this is. I feel like you don't understand how expensive stuff is, man. Because what house can
we just get back to Indiana?
Let's talk about Indiana.
I got you. I pulled you in.
Let's talk about Indiana.
I pulled you in, but I'm just saying this. Like Mark Cuban, who was an Indiana alumni, this man, of course, is going to be able to use his state, his city, his school as a tax write-off at this point. That's fantastic. You're donating to a school, tax write-off central,
so you can give money to the university to buy players in the NIL, and that be a tax write-off.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're donating to the school, Kevin. You're not donating to a player.
But no, it's going to the NIL fund.
It's going to a nonprofit. It's going to a nonprofit.
Is that what they're doing? Is that the way to usurp the system in Indiana? Because only that,
that's how they've been doing it. That's how they've been doing it. All those boosters, you think they were just giving money to giving money away, as in they didn't get to write it off? No, they were giving money to write it off, and at the same time, benefit their environment.
Committed to the university, but just like winning, like I'm an alum. I'm gonna see my team be good. I'm gonna like what's the old dude's name that used to Sonny somebody, Oklahoma State guy that had all the money that used to invest in them before NIL.
Which school is this?
Oklahoma State University.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. You can tell. So I'll take your word for it. But was he giving a lot of money to the school?
You're on mute, Kev.
You're on mute. Let's find him. Can we find him? Where's the mute fine or something?
No, I was researching something. I want to tell you all. Boom Pickens, Tycoon Boom Pickens.
I do remember that name.
Boom Pickens, yeah. He gave the school for facilities and academics and other stuff. He contributed $500 million to the school.
Wow.
See, donate.
This was before NIL.
Donate. How about the Dell family who's giving that money to the student, the young kids of the United States of America?
Comes up, hey, young man, I see you're extremely good at basketball. What kind of problems are you having in your life that I can take care of right now and you never tell anybody about? Oh, look at that. I just dropped a bag of $1 million on the ground. Why don't you go ahead and pick that up? Did you see? I never saw where this money came from.
That's how it used to be, and it probably was better then. It probably was more regulated then than it is now.
Yeah,
no. I feel like right now what they're doing is I feel like they said, okay, let's do this and let's let these student athletes hang themselves so we can regulate this as aggressively as we want to. Like, I feel like if they were self-regulating better, it wouldn't be that bad. Like, the people are upset about the way transport portal works, but all they have to do is make rules to make that better. Like, but they don't want to do that. They want to wrench control back away from the students, which, I mean, sure, go ahead. That's my opinion on it, though. That's just my independent opinion on that.
And the other thing too, Kev, like the Indiana and Stephen Ray, they the Big Ten. The Big Ten Network, who has that, they had that $1 billion deal with a couple of the networks for their viewing rights.
Right.
How do you know how they divide that money between the Big Ten itself, though?
I think the Big Ten is one of the few that is shared revenue.
So they all get equal. They all get equal amounts of that.
Yeah, I believe so. That's how that part of the pot. Now which was the problem. Like Texas, then they had their own network and stuff. That's why they didn't want to go to the SEC sooner than they did, because they were trying to hold out. Because same thing with what Notre Dame is doing. But Notre Dame, you see what happened? You don't get in the playoffs because you refuse to join the conference because you want to have all your games on NBC. You want to kind of control your own narrative and who you sell your rights to and stuff like that. Well, now it's a bigger conglomerate than just your university getting money from NBC. When you lose opportunity to play in the playoffs, you're losing quite a bit of money. And Notre Dame is in Indiana too, by the way. So
it is. It definitely is. More. There he is. There it is. There it is. Now, I have friends, of course, who are saying like, Indianapolis is like booming right now, and
I told you Indiana is the sixth fastest growing economy in the country, from sixth fastest growing state. Yeah, and I imagine Indianapolis has to be a big part of that.
Right, and property taxes, of course, are booming. Going up exponentially. I mean, I kid you not. When I first moved there, they were trying to get rid of some condos for like $90,000, $100,000. We're talking about 2-3 bedroom condos, and very quickly, by the time I left there, that same condo was going over 200,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like boom. So we're talking about like over $100,000 increases in properties.
In a short period of time, it doubled.
3-4 year period of time. So it's like and I just can only fathom that something like the Cignatti effect is going to just hit that even harder. Boom, even higher.
Yeah, yesterday's price ain't today's price, and that's in a lot of stuff. I'm talking about even out here on street value and stuff. When you can get a deal on anything, you better take that deal. Don't expect it to go down. It may, but it may not.
Probably not right now. But anyway, if you look, there's so many healthcare companies, and the great thing about Indiana, they have terrible healthcare, Kev. It's basically just a money grab because they deny everything. It's almost like like what's that movie with Michael Moore, the Sicko? Remember the Sicko? That's it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Sicko is the prime example of what happens in Indiana because they don't pay out. If you're sick, they don't pay out for nothing. And there's very few healthcare providers. As a result, the rates for insurance goes through the roof, and you get very little for it. So so those companies are making bank too, and I'm sure they're going to be donating back to schools like Indiana too. On top of that, to get more tax write-offs. So it's just like it's a weird state in that regard.
If I were an athlete, why would I ever want to live there?
Well, it's a temporary thing for them, isn't it? They're not living there permanently.
So why I'm an athlete. I want to live with this great healthcare where I don't ever have to worry about it. I want to live in an area where the best doctors and surgeons are right around the corner. Why would I go somewhere where they deny everything?
Well, they're not going to deny a football player, are they?
He has the money, but that
sounds awful. That's what you said. You said, why, if I was an athlete, would I want to live there? I'm sure Reggie Miller lives all his in-season games in Indiana. Then as soon as his career's over with, I'm going back to Cali like LL Cool J and Biggie. I'm sure that's how he did it.
Just saying.
Yeah, I think
Peyton Manning got out of there. He went to his second football team city, and that's where he's been ever since his career's been over in Denver.
Wow, he moved. I didn't realize he moved to Denver. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very prominent in Denver.
Okay. Denver's cool.
Yeah, Denver is cool, but
he chose when their careers are done, they get out of. I think Indiana's pretty nice. I think it's a pretty great state. I think one of my state, it's one of my favorites. But when people leave, they leave rapidly. They're not retiring in Indiana.
The test, Indiana or Ohio, as far as living in. Like what's it come down to? To me, I've never lived in Indiana, but I've been and I understand the culture and the politics because they're neighbors. So there's no separation in that.
I would definitely say that
Mike Braun and Mike DeWine are homies. Those are the governors of both states. They're homies. They support the same kind of.
It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But I would say, it's a tough one. Here's the thing. I lived in Indianapolis, right? Like I said, when I was there, I lived right on the border of Indianapolis and Avon. So I was right in Indy. And it's a great place. There's a lot of things to do. But when I was living in Ohio, I was near Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a better city. Hate to say it. Compared to Indianapolis.
Cincinnati's better than Indy?
Yeah, just on things to do.
You disagree, Kevin? You've been to both, right?
No, I've been to both, but I haven't lived in both.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Cincinnati's a better city. I mean, there's more crime. I mean, that's not true because I think there's more crime in Indy. I mean, people. When I first moved there, I was filling up the U-Haul at a gas station. And I looked down. There's a bullet casing on the ground.
Yeah, I mean,
that was like a mile from where I lived. I was like, a bullet casing at a gas station? That's not a good combination right there. But
Hey,
so
man,
be it.
That's where it goes down at the gas station. That's where they catch you lacking.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. So I was like that was my introduction to Indianapolis. When I was moving my but I would definitely say things to do. Cincinnati has because they have that much more, right? I mean, Indianapolis has the Pacers and the Colts.
yeah,
Cincinnati's the Reds
and the Bengals.
The Bengals.
And UC is better than any university town in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to talk about IU, we're gonna say Ohio State, then Cincinnati is. So don't go there.
Right. I mean, so that I just think Cincinnati's better. And then you got Kentucky right across the way. So you have the what was it? Covington, Kentucky, which has a lot of things to do there. You got the aquariums and stuff. So I think there's more things to do, unfortunately, in Cincinnati, and that's why I think I would prefer that part. But Columbus is
what?
Ain't good. I'll leave it there.
Columbus is probably one of the best cities in the actual Midwest.
Oof. Okay. Well,
yeah, I mean,
I'll let you have it, Kev. I'll let you have it.
A lot of time in Columbus now. Columbus is the fastest growing city. Nashville and Columbus, Ohio, and a couple other ones on the list of the fastest growing cities in the country.
And the only thing there
is what?
The Ohio State University. That's it.
Well, everything is based off the university, but it creates a lot of jobs. There's a lot of
just like the Cignatti effect in Indiana. There you go.
Ohio State has been a pillar. Cignatti is two years into
I think he took that pillar away. He's chipping at that pillar. He's going.
I don't know if one win does that.
I mean, you don't have the coach. You don't have the coach. You don't have the coach in Ohio, Kev.
I mean, you could argue.
Who would you want at Ohio State?
You could argue that Michigan was doing that.
Kev? You don't have the coach, Kev. You don't have the coach. You know you don't have the coach. In your mind, you're like, dang, nabbit, I don't have the coach.
Did Ohio State just win the national championship last year?
They did.
Are they in the has Ryan Day won 87 of his 99 career head coaching games?
I mean, how many of those games did he win against Michigan, though?
2. He's 2-4 against Michigan. And that's not good.
Kevin, how many times has Ohio State been in the college football playoff? How many times?
I feel like every year, but
every single year since it started.
Probably.
I mean, stop it, Roy. Stop it.
They might have missed 2 or 3, but
they might.
That goes back to taking 4 teams.
Yeah, you expect Ohio State to be there. You do.
So yeah, no. Indiana is not chipping at that pillar.
Right now they are though. Right now they are.
No, they can have their year. They have their year. Like I said, maybe you could say that before Harbaugh left, Michigan was trying to do that, but as soon as he leaves,
Michigan did do that.
They didn't. He left, and now they're back to being irrelevant.
But while he was there, they did do it. While he was there, they did
it. But there's a certain amount of sustainability to it, man. Jim Tressel did it. Urban Meyer did it. Ryan Day's doing it. I mean, they all won national championships.
Rory, to knock a pillar down means I'm above them.
I said chipping at it. I said chipping.
Come on, Indiana ain't scratched the surface yet. Indiana ain't even scratched the surface. Stop it.
This is true. That's
big
picture.
You got to think about it. No, Indiana would have to sustain this type of success for another 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons before we even talk about them chipping the pillar.
I think 2 years of major success is definitely a chip. I don't see how you don't think it is.
I disagree.
But you act like Ohio State hasn't been just as good. Indiana won this year. Ohio State won last year. Ohio State won that championship last year. Indiana could win it this year. They're a favorite, but I mean, it's like
I'm not. But are you saying? So are you saying like, okay? I'm gonna once again. I'll give you the option, Kev. Who are you taking as a coach Cignatti or Day? So I need to hear what you have to say. Who would you prefer as your coach of the Ohio State University?
I like Cignatti as a coach, but I like the results of Ryan Day, but he just lost to Michigan, too many times. He broke that streak. And one of the years they didn't get to play because that's the year Harbaugh chose to sit out the COVID year because they were scared because we had beat them 17 out of 18 times.
Yeah, also, I'm not going to dispute that.
Also, didn't he sit out the COVID year because he was trying to avoid sanctions because they had broke the rules a bunch of times? Wasn't that a part of it?
I don't remember that part. I mean,
I thought the whole isn't that a whole thing that was part of why he left?
It might have been. He would be just fine there now. The NIL. I mean, Harbaugh would be right back at home.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. But let me just say, before I pass to you, Roy, to finish the Indiana narrative, that when you talk Big Ten, you talk Ohio State, Michigan, period. Then there's everybody else. There's your Maryland University. Penn State's been trying to come up since they joined in the early 90s.
Oregon.
Yeah, but they're not. None of those schemes are Ohio State. They've been there 2 years,
and they've made a chip in those 2 years.
No, absolutely not.
Oh my goodness,
Oregon. Then you can say Penn State because maybe they had a couple of seasons where they beat.
Oregon has been.
Penn State beat Ohio State like 7 years ago, so I guess that counts as a chip too. Come on, what are you talking about, man?
Did you see what Ohio State did to Oregon last year in the college football playoffs?
I did.
But they played. And Oregon beat them last year, too, by 1 point in their own house last year.
Rory, I think a bigger narrative that you might be missing is the fact that Big Ten football is taking away all of the shine from the SEC. In my opinion, Big Ten is a better conference than the SEC now.
Are you saying that the Big Ten is chipping away at the SEC?
At the SEC's pillar, yes, and we can see that through sustained success from multiple Big Ten teams. That's what I'm talking about. Not just, you know what I mean?
Wow, I just don't get how you can sit there. The SEC is still the SEC, number one, right? Regardless of what but yes, the Big Ten is rivaling the SEC. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's a conversation we should have.
It's still the SEC,
Sometimes I make fun of Indiana for being empty. They love their sports there, especially basketball and football. That's from the great one.
Shout out, great one. Appreciate it.
It is empty.
It's an empty state.
It is an empty state.
Hey, shout out to all the nice young ladies I know in Indiana. but yeah, man, let's wrap it up, Roy, man.
As I said earlier, the Indiana University, their ascension to the top of the Big Ten, chipping away at the pillar of the Ohio State University, has been an amazing boom for the state of Indiana. It's just going to add to the coffers. It's going to hopefully, as a school, maybe some of that money can be rerouted back into the programs because they did last couple of years they did cut the programs left and right, due to money. Maybe this football team might bring some cash back. The revenue might be coming back. Some of that money can go back to the schools. Maybe some alumni start donating because they just love the school all of a sudden that much more. And perhaps Indiana as a school gets a little bigger and better than they are right now because they're a pretty good school. And of course, the Cignatti effect is going to just give another impact. Economically, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
And on Cignatti, let me say this: he's got the buy-in of the donors. That's big. But two, every coach has their own kind of thing they do, right? Cignatti, for the second year in a row, likes to get a 6-year transfer portal quarterback. 6-year old guy. Mendoza's like 25 years old. I think he's like 23. But he's older, and he gets a lot of JUCO guys. They're like, so he got 22, 23-year-olds playing against 19, 20-year-olds, and that's why Indiana looks so physical and manhandles teams. It's grown-ups. It's like the inmates playing against the guards.
He got addicted to those post-COVID years where they had all that huge wave of old players and he couldn't get off it. That's what it is.
He did bring a few guys out of the draft portal. He brought them back in. He says, "Hey, you got more to give this school." And they're like, "You know what? I do." He brought him right back. That's coaching right there. That's coaching.
For that $2 million you offer them when they was going to be a 4th round pick. That $2 million in Indiana is more than 4th round NFL money.
Oh, big time! Shoot, 4th round, you might not even make the team. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks for playing. We needed your body for practice, and now that you have that ankle injury, goodbye.
Yeah. All right, well, everybody, thanks for tapping in. We always have a subject to talk about. We try and stick to it, but sometimes it just becomes a philosophical discussion where we just exchange an idea. And that's the fun part, right? I mean, we talk about what we need to talk about initially, then we may get sidetracked. We may talk about Steven's grandfather that invented the dart system down in Dallas, Texas.
He didn't invent it.
He expanded, Kevin. He expanded.
He was instrumental to the expansion.
He helped grow it.
He helped grow it.
I listen, Kev. You guys don't listen to what I say sometimes. I feel hurt. But let's continue on. I mean, sometimes you misconstrue my words. You know what I'm saying? Like those people.
We didn't misconstrue. You said those people.
The convention people.
Yeah, but you didn't say that. We said they have the Black Expo in Indianapolis, and you said, "Oh yeah, they host those people." That's what you said.
I said sometimes the convention people,
and the fact that it came after Black Expo, and then
you brought that up. I was talking about the convention people, and then you added the Black Expo.
Oh, I said the Black Expo goes on down there also. In addition to all the
said the conventions, they have lots of conventions down there, and you talked about the Black Expo convention, and
then you said those people.
Rory, you know this is recorded, right?
I do, and I hope that we,
because we can just run it back, bro.
All you gotta do is get done, leave work. When you get home, go. That's the first 10 minutes. You can even slide your finger on your phone and get to where you need to get to. And listen to that, those people. Check it out. I'm gonna clip it for you, matter of fact. put it and kind of clip it in the right spot and put it out on social media. Here's what Roy thinks about
the right angle, the right cut it right there. Cut it right there.
About you people. But hey, man, the Miami University.
You see the win streak? You see that win streak?
Basketball, they should be ranked. They should be ranked.
Yeah. It was 18 wins in a row right now. Is it 18?
I don't know what it is. I just know they're good.
They're good.
Yeah. All right, man. So until next week, tap in. You'll know a couple days before we're gonna talk about. Just check out the YouTube schedule. We'll have something. Steven or me will come with something. Roy's kind of carried us the last 2 weeks. Or who did what was the last thing we talked about? It was weeks ago now.
3 weeks.
Kyrie.
That was Kyrie and Kanye. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The internet's not real. This is my turn to come up with something new. But all right, everybody, thanks for tapping in to JAG2G on the KnoItAllz YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, and share with a friend. For myself, the homie Steven and Rory, my genius guys in the building. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here